Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Let's Rant About It. It's your girl, Randi Rossario. You know, bringing good conversations every single week. I'm kicking it here with the cool kids, and we got some new faces, so let's go ahead and do some introductions. First, we have Crystal, not the doll. We got Poppy Chulo, my best friend Reese, my auntie, Explicit Lyrics, the first Detroit female artist that was signed and touring. Stop playing with her. And our homeboy, Alfonso, the rapper. Now, we're going to have a deep conversation today. You know, sometimes we keep it lighthearted and cute and whatnot. I'm Alfonso, the actor, not rapper.
Right.
You look like you rap,
but
though.
you just went right with it.
Come on, he did, right? Like, he's such a nice guy. Like,
that is all.
Can you make sure? Can you drop some? You got some hot fire for us to drop?
Hell no.
No, but you guys can see him in a bunch of movies on Tubi. Okay, like I said, we usually have like some lighthearted conversations here and there, but today we're gonna talk about something that it seems to live in the red pill world on the regular. We talk about single moms a lot. A lot of energy and a lot of smoke for single moms. In reality, I really feel like it shouldn't be labeled single moms. It should be labeled, like it shouldn't be labeled a single mom household. It should be labeled an absent father household. Because why are we labeling the person that stayed? The person that left should be punished. When you say single mother, a lot of the times the connotation within itself just goes negative. You think it's someone that's trying to use the government, that made a bad decision when it came to who the father was and things like that. But in reality, the dads that's leaving, that's the piece of shit. The dad that want to take care of the kids, that's the piece of shit. What you about to say?
I don't like that term. I don't like the term single mom, single dad, any of that, because it's like, why are you putting your marital status before your responsibility? Me personally, like I'm a single father, but I'm a dad. It's not none of your business whether I'm single or not, because I might not even want you to even know none of that even about me yet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So before I'm single, my responsibilities come first. So yes, I'm a father.
So you take the term single household, single parent as a person that's marital status is single.
Yeah, you just being
versus
thirsty. You being thirsty. You just trying to tell everybody, oh, I'm doing this by myself. Yeah, at the same time, I'm available. You're available.
Okay. I take it as it being you're singular, like in a singular way of I'm the only parent. I'm the single parent. I'm the one parent. The dad is not there. He's not. I feel like women who co-parent, you are not a single parent. Even though he's not in the household with you, you are not a single parent. You co-parent.
Yes.
And just because he's not in the household, that doesn't mean that he left. You know, just because you're a single mother, he could have died.
Yeah.
He could, maybe the situation is so toxic between y'all that, I mean, it could be a lot of different things. So just because you're a single mother in a household don't mean that the dad just bust up.
That's a bad term.
That's what takes it to what I said about single mother, single parent.
And make it seem like, okay, this was the situation is versus, nah, man, like they probably just went separate ways. Like they said, you know what I'm saying? You do this, I do this, but single parent make it sound like, yo, this nigga left.
How many of us on set, if you guys are comfortable saying, how many of us was raised in a single parent household?
I was.
Well, I was raised by my grandparents, so
I had both of my parents.
Okay, same. I have both of my parents. Thank God I do too. Amen. Yeah, amen. And for many, many more years, amen.
100%.
You said you were raised by your grandparents?
I mean, my mom, you know, she did her thing, you know, and she had boyfriend here and there, but she didn't get married until I was 16, 17.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But by then, I was on my way to college anyway, so I never really was raised in a household with them, you know, as a marital unit.
Okay. You said you were raised in a single mother household?
I was raised in a single parent household by my mom, but my father, he's never been absent from my life completely, but he was not as present as he should have been.
Okay.
But quick point off of what you said, because you said that a single mother, what was it that you just said?
Singular.
I said single.
No, if they're co-parenting,
you're not a single parent.
I call hogwash. And the only reason why I say that is because me being a single parent, when I say that I'm a single mom, I literally just mean I'm the only person in my household. Like, yes, he co-parents with me, and you know, if I called him and I needed him occasionally, sure, he could drop at the dime of a hat to do what I needed him to do. But when that kid's sick and they call me, he not leaving work. I'm leaving work. Or if I wake up and the kid's sick, he not coming over to keep the baby or picking him up.
Oh no, then you are a single parent.
You a single,
When I say what I say, I mean like real co-parenting.
But he's a co-parent. Like
no,
he picks him up and he has him for 3 and 4 and 5 days.
It's not on both of y'all. If that baby got to go to the hospital and you the only one going, why he not there too?
Now he'll go to the hospital occasionally, but I'm saying in my household, I'm the only one that's there.
We put a lot of emphasis.
I make that main sacrifice for my children because I'm the only one that's there. So as like situations occur like on the fly, I'm the person who has
So is there a difference between a single parent household and a primary provider and a primary caregiver? Because I think that's what ends up happening. I
just think that that's not being a single parent.
I mean, technically, you single unless you married.
Okay.
Overall, I mean, even if you got somebody else, if the man is there, if y'all not married, then and y'all ain't filing taxes together, then you single and I'm single until we make that union.
So
that wordplay is real tricky.
I think that sometimes, we had a clip of mine that went viral when I talked about single married mothers, and the single moms were pissed off that I said that, but they're like, no, if you got somebody to help you a little bit, then that's no, baby. You don't get credit for helping somebody a little bit. You don't get credit for helping to raise your child a smidgen. Okay, cool. You bought a pair of shoes for Christmas, but what about the fact that the week after Christmas he got the flu and you wasn't there for him? Like that type of thing to me that matters, and I think that a lot of times people it just falls by the wayside. Like you have help, genuine help, or you don't. And for a lot of single married mothers, in my opinion, I think that they are the primary parent, the parent that the kid is going to go to when it comes to the kid crying or getting upset. If the kid gets sick, like you said, that with you and your ex-husband, if your kid was with someone else and they got sick, they calling you, they're not calling him because they know you gonna leave work. That means you're the primary parent to me. And a lot of times I don't feel like that's fair. Like it needs to be. It's not fair because unless that man is a provider and leading and doing what he's supposed to do and doing his part, it's not fair because women now are not just sitting in the house doing nothing. We are expected to cook, clean, bring 50-50 to the table. Overall, I know you not no 50-50 ass dude, but you already know you an exception to the rules. Yeah. We supposed to raise these kids. We supposed to help them with their homework. We supposed to make sure everybody's eating good, make sure everybody's medication is caught up and all that. That to me is unfair to expect, and you expecting her to work a full-time job and carry the load.
I agree.
Okay.
That's why it should be.
I wasn't expecting that shit. Hold on.
And it's crazy because with that being an expectation, like she said, you're a rarity. You're an exception to the rule, which means that you probably one of those people who, if you got a woman, like she don't really have to do much unless she wants to, right?
At all, 10 years.
Okay. Most of us don't have that. So when we say single parent and we talk about the father being absent from the household, like my child's father, which is my ex-husband, is not present in my household, but he is present in my son's life. Like he is, to me, he's a good dad. However, he does not make the same sacrifices that I make.
Right.
When he wake up in the morning and somebody call him and tell him, hey, they having a birthday party, you know what he do? He just don't have to come get his son. When somebody tell me that it's a birthday party going on, I got to find a babysitter.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference between how
or
I live my life and how
even if he get a phone call and say, hey, we want the baby to come over right now, he don't have to do nothing besides come get the baby from you. You got to wake up, make sure the baby eat breakfast, get the baby ready for the party or the situation, wherever they going, get the baby ready to go to where they about to be. Like it's a whole
So what about in a situation where you got 50-50 custody?
I love those situations. That's how my situation is with my older two kids. I think that those are not single parents. Those are people that co-parent together. Period. And that's just that. There's no way around it.
That's what I consider a co-parent situation.
Yes, when you have equal amounts of overnights. There we go. That's what the friend of the court say too.
To me, that is a co-parent situation. Like for me, it's not a co-parent situation if I'm the custodial parent in the house and he doesn't have to abide by the same rules that I abide by.
Correct.
I have my kids more than he does. I'm a single mother.
But you know, there are some women out here that will still try to control that situation.
Absolutely. There are.
Hey,
absolutely.
I want to touch on something you said, right?
Okay.
I know you were saying how like boom, rarity, other people don't have that, right? To take care of 100%. Y'all do know that shit is literally on y'all. Y'all control the narrative. Like if y'all never did want to go 50-50 in your life, you don't have to. With any man that y'all deal with. If y'all didn't want to.
So the problem with that is that the options are few and slim to none.
I don't think so.
I believe so. So I'm recently back in the dating pool, divorced for 2 years now. And the people who approach me and the men who, like you were talking about in the previous episode, like a couple weeks ago, you said something about the men in the DMs and how you wouldn't talk to anybody off Facebook or social media.
Yeah.
Same. Because a lot of the guys who approach me are guys with nothing to lose. The niggas in my DM trash. Do you hear me? Like most of them trash. Like, and I'm not even going and flipping through them. Like I did that before and boo. Like a lot of the guys who approach me and a lot of the guys who have the courage to come and have that conversation with you,
be wondering.
Are guys who don't have that mindset that you have.
Hold on, but that's on y'all to actually make that stance and say, hey,
but this is what I'm saying.
This is what it is.
You are a rarity. You're not understanding that you're a rarity. A lot of these dudes are homosexuals out here looking for a place to live and a bitch to fucking take care of.
Y'all really think
that's
that
how
though?
it is.
Yes.
Hold on, no. Well, think about it. Where's 50% of that other money is going to? Because he's spending that money somewhere else. You just have to pretty much.
They don't have it.
Hold on, who y'all dealing with? Taco Bell Tony?
No, I'm not. I'm nice and very.
Because niggas got money. Niggas got money. They got money for Jordans.
It's the females who don't want to go have because they don't have they have.
Oh, that part.
And then that's what they tell you. I'll ask you what you bring to the table when all they bring to the table is box.
That's important. That's important.
That's very important. But when you talk about a well-established
person, is it a good smelling, well-groomed box?
I would hope so.
Y'all have standards on like how much, like for real. If we really get into the conversation, do y'all have standards?
Yes, I have standards. But let me tell you this. So at what was I? 30. I had my daughter at 30. So at 30, I built my first house. Right. And when I popped. Okay.
Built with a B.
Built with a B. So when I put it online, I was like, yo, I'm building a house. I'm about to break ground, blah, blah, blah. I had niggas in my inbox telling me, your stock gonna go down. Because don't no nigga want no woman who already got everything. And that is crazy to me. Like, why wouldn't you want that?
I've heard that before.
I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time. So the guys like you with the money don't want to approach me because I got my shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to come correct or don't come at all. And when I say that, I don't even mean like, I won't control. I want like none of that. Like literally, they be like, they looking for bitches who got their hand out.
That's a sign
and that's crazy to me.
But can I tell you what a man told me? And it changed my narrative on the way that I think when it comes to relationships. And unfortunately, it's like they say, when they keep saying that we set the tone, to be honest with you, and it's something in men that some men won't admit it, some men will. But a man told me himself, the problem with women who do everything alone, a man needs to be needed by the woman they're dealing with. They
100%.
need to be
so we
needed.
Want to pay 100%.
So what happens is when you have these very strong women who do everything and don't need a man for shit, then your man is wondering, why am I here? To the sense of you're building everything in the house on your own. You are basically you financing yourself. I don't need you. You feel me? Like, and a lot of women harp on the fact that they don't need a man.
I think broken ass little girls scream at the top of their lungs regularly. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Hyper independent women who have been broken and forced to be in positions where they've had to say, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I'm gonna be a being with y'all. These cameras on me. Y'all looking at me. Every woman wants a man. Every woman that is heterosexual wants a man. We want a man that's gonna lead us properly, love on us properly, and put us in our femininity. The issue is so many niggas that's out here pretending to be leaders, pretending to have it together. Then you're building this life together. You could be 6 months in with somebody and still not know him for real, and that is scary to me. That is so scary
because most people show up with their representative,
and they will leave that representative on.
Those are the niggas that be doing the 50-50.
Yeah, but here's
those are the niggas they telling you from the day one, like, hey,
I got a real question for you. I got a real question for you. You said that men want to pay 100%, right?
They want to.
If men want to pay 100% so bad, why is it so many single mother households? These niggas don't want to pay 20%. 25, 50%.
That girl got on his nerve. That's why.
Remember, it's all going off of who you are.
If I create a place of peace for you, and I'm everything that you want in a woman and need, and I'm doing my job, those are the men that I want to pay for everything.
100%. You wouldn't even have to say it.
I can believe that.
But let's say you are. I believe that I am that woman in my situation. But at the end of the day, we're still building. What we living in right now, it's not ideal for you to do it yourself if you're not there. So if we collectively come together and say, we're going to do this together, but when we get to the point where we don't got to do this together, you're not doing shit. You get what I'm saying?
That conversation happened?
Yeah, that conversation definitely happened.
Okay.
I think he's not a 50-50 man at that point. I think he's growing to be a man like Papi Chulo.
Because if he could do it, he definitely would. It's not the conversation of I'm not doing it. I want to be 50-50 for the rest of my life.
To me, those don't
want to do that at
all. To me, those are two different kind of men, though. Those are two different kind of men. Because in reality, that man that wants to lean 100% on 50-50, to me, he's not he not giving you his all for real.
Wait, listen.
If we're not growing to him taking care of everything, in my opinion, I feel like he like what Anton said yesterday. It's a freaky roommate.
Hey, hold on. And remember, if it doesn't ache him, if he don't sit up and say, fuck, I want to take care of all this shit. Like every day, if you don't see this physical uncomfortableness, when y'all go to split them damn bills, if this nigga smiling, he love that shit. But if he like, fuck, if you don't get into his emotions,
that's how my ex
in that moment, like
that nigga used to be happy as hell, sit there. Oh yeah,
that's
there you go, big mama, pay it all.
But you got some men who pretend to act like that. Like I've had one of those before who sat in my face and cried that he couldn't do everything that he wanted to do.
Plans. A man has to have plans. Remember, a man will prepare for the woman he want to be with. If he didn't prepare for you, he does not want to be with you.
Let him tell it he had plans. He was putting forth the effort to do shit. But in the end, he really was okay with me paying that shit.
Because he didn't love you. He needed you.
Yeah.
I got a couple questions.
Well, he didn't need me. He made good money.
I got questions for the fellas.
He didn't need me.
I got questions for the fellas.
Not having to do it on his own. That was the problem.
Bingo.
He got comfortable.
That definitely
a lot of
was an
men
issue.
don't find women that can do it all. When they do, and I found myself in them situations and having a mentality that I can handle it, or if my man fall off, I got it, then they get comfortable. They get it together, but they'll lie or play crazy like they don't have it and still get comfortable with this lifestyle of going 50-50 because they've never had it. They've been the one that have to do it all the time. Oh, I got a bitch.
Some men have it, but what they'll do, they'll sit back and watch you pay for everything or damn near everything, and then the money that they should be putting towards the household and the bills or whatever the case, they're putting it into themselves. So when they go to post up on social media in this big house, driving this nice car, wearing all these flashy, expensive clothes, you know, that's the facade they're putting on, because at the end of the day, they really not trying to be with you. They with you for the convenience, but they really trying to front
they want to be with you.
That's a woman though, that'd be a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Like when I look back at the relationship, the toxic shit that I used to actually put up with and stuff, like I used to, you know, oh honey, you done had plenty of calls to come get this nigga. It was situations where it was like you said, where he had money. Like dude worked at a plant. Like you making good cheese. But on payday, you want to go to Centaur and get drunk and get short rib tacos and drink and buy everybody at the bar drink. Like nigga, you don't make that much money. You make $500 a week. You run through 300 a night. You gonna be on E by next Friday. You feel me?
But
I think, and now you mad at me.
But now you got an attitude with me. But those are the men. Those are the people that I tell you guys, put up a representative, leave their representative up, and will literally just be pretending the whole time. And that shit is scary to me. But let me tell you where I messed up. I messed up ignoring red flags because I should have paid attention to how he talked to his mother, how he treated his mother, how he treated his kid's mom, how inactive he was with his damn kid in real life. Like why I see your kid every 3 months and I see you every day. So if you're not seeing your kid, if I'm not seeing your kid and you over here with me every day and your kid is over with their mama, you don't want to go pick your kid up?
Now that's subjective.
You don't want to spend some time with your
because he could be all of that, but the relationship could be so tumultuous with the mother that maybe he want to see the kid, but he can't.
That's part of it. Can I speak directly to the situation I'm talking about? The baby mama lived with his mama.
Oh, that's a one-off.
That's different.
That's real different.
Yeah, that's one-off. That's
not you had to take your glasses off.
But you was dating?
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly.
She's admitted.
No, I'm saying like these are the
I never told you that.
We'll talk about that off camera. These are the things that ladies got to start asking themselves.
Exactly.
You knew.
Exactly.
You right.
You gonna stay at his mama house?
Let me tell you what I call that. I call that painting pretty pictures with red flags. Because we do it a lot.
Can I do it?
Can I?
But y'all know it's gonna come to an end.
Can I paint the picture even more with y'all?
So what are y'all
Can I paint the
expecting out
picture
of these
even more with y'all and tell y'all
situations?
exactly how stupid I got? I walked in one time on him laying on top of his baby mama trying to flirt with her in the bed. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And he jumped up.
wrestling.
He jumped up trying to argue with me like I did something.
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting the shit out you.
And my young dumb ass was like, oh, I get there where you having fun. Gaslighting.
Lord have mercy.
I ain't gonna lie, Randy, you was goofy as hell.
No.
How old was you?
I said,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I was a good 22 years old. Yeah.
22?
Listen, but remember, my 22 was different than a lot of people because what was I going through and what was I healing from?
All right.
I was already healing. Like this, when I tell y'all this, it ain't a lot.
I feel like he was trying to hold that connection as well.
When people use narcissistic, I don't like that term. I don't like it because I feel like they overly use that term.
Because they use it and they mean selfish. They don't really mean narcissistic.
Me? I dealt with a narcissist. That nigga knew how to play on my mind. He knew how to play in my face. He knew exactly how to control certain aspects. So I didn't believe in myself.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He was 8 years older than me.
That's the problem. Y'all dating these old ass niggas. They have a little bit more life experience than y'all.
You
they
want
play on y'all.
daddy, but you looking for
These the ones that they talk about that shit in the barbershop. Like, yeah, got this young bitch, got a mind.
Can we take the conversation back to where it's supposed to be? There you go.
I want to take it back to the absent father thing. It's so sad though for me to grow up in that situation and then subject my children to it. And it's unfortunate because I made the decision to do it. Not only did I have one baby by a deadbeat, I had two. But the crazy thing about it was how it happened. I was young. I didn't know no better. That first time I got pregnant, I kind of got tricked into staying where I was. So he made me feel like we were going to be a family. I had a full ride to a college. I was gone. But I didn't know about help as far as you having a baby and still being able to go to school, because they would have still offered me a dormitory. They had help for me. But I was lovesick, and I was lovesick because I didn't have a father to tell me niggas will trick you and they will tell you things and they will do things to stop your growth. He gonna put this baby in you and then he gonna act like y'all gonna be a family. And then you're going to have this baby.
Fathers are so important.
Women will trick you too, but no.
But in my situation,
them hood daddies and them hood uncles will fuck you up.
Yeah, my family was so upset with me for getting pregnant with my son. But at the same time, I was one of the people who was subjected to, you going to keep this baby because you made your bed, lay in it. I didn't want to get rid of my son anyway. But on top of that, I'm not helping you. Figure it out. So that's what happened to me. But that's what started.
It's a cycle in the black household, though.
It was like, I'm not helping you. I'm not you figure it out. So thank God.
Telling your kids to figure some shit out is heartbreaking.
Yeah,
when I got older enough, look at me for 2 seconds.
So upset.
2 seconds. I am so sorry that you had to go through that shit on your own, dead ass. Because figure it out to your kid. I couldn't fix my lips right now to look at my daughter.
Yeah, I was
and
a
say,
baby.
Figure it out.
I was a baby.
I couldn't.
I was 17.
You deserve all the apologies.
I had only been 18 for 4 months when I pushed my son out. And reality didn't hit me that I was having a kid until I pushed him out. It was all fun and games while I was pregnant, but when that baby hit my arms, the weight of the world fell down on me because I was no longer responsible for just me. I had to take care of him, not just take care of him for the rest of his life. I didn't have a childhood. I literally jumped off the porch and turned into a parent. I didn't get to hang with my friends. I didn't get to experience life, y'all. It was just literally in my mama house, parent. Like, that's what my life was. But thank God I have a strong-willed mind, and in my head, this is my baby. I gotta do what I gotta do to take care of it. My baby daddy played so crazy in my face, how he did me. Niggas need to go to jail for this shit.
But wait, because let's take it back to the black household, right? Because when we talk about you being young, you having that baby, and them telling you to figure it out, that's how all our parents were. When I got to the age where my period started, okay? You know what my mom told me? Don't have no babies. You on your own. Man. I raised mine. That was her biggest thing. I raised mine. Don't bring no babies home. I raised mine.
But see,
because
she wasn't trying to raise them
like that.
But this is what I think about that.
At all.
Let me slide in here. This is what I think about that, because that's right. Pause. I believe that that's what it is. Like, don't bring no babies home and this and that. But I also think that if you come from a 2-parent household where you got the mama and the father, the mom, did all the raising, did all the cooking, did all the cleaning while the dad was out doing whatever. Even if he was in the household, the mother being in the house had the toughest job. So she don't want to have to relive that shit again, taking care of your kid, because you still a kid. But I think when the father comes in, he'll say, hey, listen, I don't care what nobody say. If you a father and you got a daughter, they got you wrapped to some degree.
Absolutely.
So we're not gonna want to see our daughters out here struggling with no kids. So we might be mad and we may not want them to keep this child because we see the uphill battle that it's finna be. But as a father that really give a fuck, it's like, I'm mad at you, I'm disappointed, but you not finna be out here on your ass.
That's not good, though. I had an absent father in that situation.
That's what I'm saying.
So the daddy that could have saved me or helped me was nowhere to be found.
And that's my whole point. That's why fathers are important in the household.
The absent father situation, it really makes a difference because it changes. I say this all the time. I take accountability. But I blame my father for so much. And it's just like, I still deal with this to this day. I cannot get over the fact that he played, I don't see how people have children and just leave them. I don't see how you can have offspring out there, a part of you out there in the world, and you just living your day-to-day life. But I learned when I went through it myself how it's possible for a man to do that. I don't talk to my baby daddies. We do not talk, communicate, text, none of that. My kids have phones. They have their numbers. They will reach out. They will talk. So in this sense of how I am now when it comes to the co-parenting thing, I've been made up my mind a long time ago. You're going to have to do this by yourself. And I'm not finna cry about it, call, blow you down, because if you're going to be there, you're going to be there. And that's just what it is. My kids are learning, and they know now. You know, they know.
I want to jump in this on this absentee father shit because, I mean, I even got the role placed on me. You know what I'm saying? And let's set the scene. Let's set the scene. The scene is, boom, we 800 miles away. You know, I send you back, you know, so you can be with your family, and you fucking on somebody else. And you make me leave my jobs that I've worked so hard to get to go all the way down there. As soon as I get down there, you leave me for the same nigga. Now you leaving me in a situation where I don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? And now I have to go back and figure out life again. And then that's when all the absentee, you ain't doing shit ass father shit. Well, I was the one who was preparing a fucking life 800 miles away for us. And you wanted to move back just so you could be with a dog. Okay, cool. I'm not the reason why this is not happening, because I'm over here fucking getting the money just so I can go take this trip 800 miles away, jumping on trains, getting fucking robbed while I'm on trains, all this shit. 24/7 going through this. Never miss birthdays, never miss holidays, never miss summers. Did what I had to do. No matter what I had to do, I had to go down there. But the absentee shit started kicking in when it's you're not doing what I expect of you. So now it's you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Like, I'm just trying to get my shit together, you fucking left me. I'm going through this depression stage because I'm thinking we building a fucking family here.
So you had to grieve it.
I had to grieve it. So I had to take months just to get myself back together and not thinking that, God damn, I just had a family.
But you know what the issue
I heard
is?
you know you were a single parent though, right?
Early in life,
early on, you were a single parent.
Yeah.
So you had the child you're talking about, is that her?
Yeah.
So early on, you were a single parent before you got married. But at one point in time, the baby mama was calling you an absentee parent. How long had you had first of all, how did you end up getting your daughter you're on your own for you to be a single parent? Because that means you were the custodial parent, right?
Well, you know, summertimes, birthdays, holidays.
Okay.
You know, that's not even the setup that I wanted. I wanted full time. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I was wondering. Did you have full custody?
Nah, because that's not what the other partner wanted.
The state not gonna do that unless.
And that's not what the person wanted. They were like, hell no, I ain't leaving you with because you're not responsible enough to take it like me.
If we're being Nadine, the friend of the court is very much so pro woman. Unless
100%
that woman is sitting up in court shooting up and snorting,
and they would still
you gonna get that baby, and that's really what it boils down to.
So that's why I said
can
the
I hit you with a
absentee
different
father shit
perspective?
is like, you know what I mean?
So, from your situation and what you were saying, I have an ex who did not know who his father was. And all these years, he was disgruntled. I don't know who my daddy is. He was upset, all that. I found his father for him, right? 45 years, never knew him.
Wow.
I found his father, and we flew to go meet him, did a DNA test, found him, all of that. Found out he had 5 other siblings. One of his siblings was out of wedlock. The other siblings was with him and his wife. Come to find out, they shunned the other sibling. So his mother did him a favor by keeping him away from his father. Yeah. Because the story that his sister tell is fucked up. Like when I say it's bad, it's so bad. She never felt like she was part of their family. They always shunned her. The wife always treated her really bad. It was really bad. And I'm like,
that's trash.
There is a different dynamic to that, right though?
Having sex, that's the problem.
But there's a different dynamic.
Was going around having
it could be a blessing in disguise.
I have so many siblings.
But it could be a blessing in disguise that your kids are not involved with their dads, because they could be fucking them up as opposed to.
That's true. Oh no. I thank God that my oldest 2 dad is the way that he is, because he's mentally fucked up. Like I said, he had his grasp on my son and was turning my son against me. A big reason of why it was important for me to get the fuck on and move, because I started to see where it was going. You're not finna do that. He already wasn't there, but when I left, all of a sudden you want to try to say you're gonna fight me in court. You never signed the birth certificates. You never cared to make sure that to legitimize that these were your children. But when you saw that I was taking them and leaving, now all of a sudden you can't take my babies, I'm gonna miss them, all on social media.
Because he wants to inconvenience you.
I'm taking them away when they were just staying in the same state as you, not 20 minutes away from you, and you still didn't spend no time with them. Now all of a sudden it's a problem when I leave and go to another state.
I got a friend who, no lie, went to court, and for the child support, blah, blah, blah. She got ready to move out of state. And the judge flat out asked him, the daddy, do you want time or do you want, and he said, no, let him go.
He didn't want them kids no way.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys
Let's
don't
get to
be
some of
wanting
our
the
questions.
kids.
Get to keep the conversation going. Let's get to some of our questions though. A lot of guys don't want the kids.
No, a lot of guys be telling some of these women that they don't want these kids. These kids have them anyway because I don't believe in abortion.
They let you know what time it is.
But do you feel like they just not supposed to take care of their kids after?
What I'm
You knew
don't
what you
have
was
it by
doing when you laid
nigga.
down.
All right, wait, before we
Don't
get
be
to the conversation, let's get to some of our questions. We got a couple questions at the back couch.
So we talk a lot about single women having these children. We never talk about the reason of why don't they use birth control when Planned Parenthood is free.
So you wanna talk about why? Okay, Planned Parenthood.
That would save a lot of heartache and stress if you would actually just go on birth control. Then you wouldn't be a single mom.
You know what birth control does to a woman's body that doesn't need birth control? Like for me personally, I suffer from fibroids and cysts.
And I'm not just saying birth control. You got condoms, like you got all these different contraceptives.
Condoms.
I'm just kidding.
Everybody want to have.
Who wears those?
Wait.
So that thing right there. No, you can talk about the condoms all day.
seriously.
Let's be real.
Yes.
Let's be real. Let's have that condom talk.
Yeah.
Because everybody talk about how strap up, wear a condom. We ain't gonna talk about how everybody just love raw sex. We're not gonna talk about how people feel like it feel better than a condom being on your dick.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about how even for a woman it feels better.
And or how in the heat of the moment, the nigga be like, take it
allergic-
off.
I'm allergic to
You in
latex.
the middle of it. You in the middle of it.
People really don't be wearing condoms. They don't, man.
Not after
They
3
don't.
times. Like after 3 times having sex with the
Yeah,
same
it's
person.
over. No,
We out of there.
shit, the first time you fucking with the condom and then you feel it without it and it's, I'm over you, my bitch. Come on. Yeah. That, and they gonna
I'ma
tell
be
you
a
that.
That's why I tell.
That's
That's why.
another thing.
That's why I tell my
They tell you
kids.
his bitch.
I tell my
they
kids you're gonna
definitely
get genital warts if you take the condom off.
That's how you scare them.
But then you gonna get it regardless
Listen,
whether a condom
me
on or
and my
not.
husband ain't
They
never
don't
seen
know
no
that.
Just
They don't know that.
I'm gonna be a B with y'all. I love y'all so much, and I believe safe sex matters for sure for y'all. But me and JC, we ain't never used it.
But still, like the question said though, when we talk about birth control, I caught where you were getting ready to go because birth control damages a woman's body.
it's
like
really not good for
it
us.
is so bad because it's false hormones. You pumping your body full of something that your body knows is foreign.
Yeah.
So now you got all these side effects because your body is trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I had an IUD. No lie. I had an IUD that gave me heart palpitations, changed my vision, gave me migraines,
Change your vision.
changed my
My cousin went through that.
All
Her
of my
hand-
symptoms had nothing to do with fucking.
My cousin
was-
went through
it
that,
was
and
all-
her hand would freeze up and tense up and was having muscle spasms. She had to go, her whole body locked up on her, and she had to go to the doctor. I'll say this, as someone, like I said, I'm on birth control right now because it helps with the hormone imbalance from the fibroids and cysts. But my husband, he not on set with us, but he right here, but he not on the couch with us. He'll tell you, like, these last 3 months have been an adjustment for me. It's been foggy times where I've been just foggy in the brain, and I'm just like, he like, you good? What's going on? And I'm like, bro, I really can't explain it. The only thing that makes sense to me that's foreign in my body is the birth control. Yeah. And it's like my body's trying to adjust to it. Now, the plus in it is I haven't had the migraines. I haven't been having the hot flashes. I haven't been sick like I have been so much before. But it's still something that comes with that. Like a big
It's always
piece
side
of,
effects.
It's almost like it's like I be like fighting off a cloud of depression or something, and I don't be depressed. I don't be sad. I don't be feeling type of way.
Because it
But
messes
it's
with
like,
your mood and stuff too. Like,
Hey,
It
you see
does.
the commercial
when they got like 30 side effects.
But the crazy part is,
I got pregnant with my daughter on the side.
see, men
We
don't.
got- hold on,
silence
though.
it fast.
But
We
men
got-
quick to be like, just get on birth
Paranoia.
control.
We got another question in the back. I think we got a couple more questions in the back, actually. So let's get to some of those questions as well while we wrap up this episode. We want to make sure our audience is being heard.
So I just heard a couple times, and I hear often in the real world, the excuse of she makes it hard for me to see my child. She does this, she does that. And I know that that is absolutely true, but what is the limit? What is the step where you say, nah, it's been too much. I'm not going to fight for my kid anymore. Because as a mom, I'll burn your house down.
Yeah.
So like, it's always that excuse. Well, she just makes it hard. Okay, so you stopped?
Pop
Like,
up his
what is-
phone.
what is the limit?
Let me take that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I come from a situation where I do have joint custody, week on, week off. It's been that way since my daughter was 7. She's about to be 17 now, so the last 10 years.
Right.
And even prior to the court stepping in and giving me that, which I had to fucking fight for years to get.
Come on, bro.
I still was in my kid life. Had her more than her mama had her up until the every other weekend shit kicked in, and that didn't work for me because I was used to having my kid all the time. So then, fast forward these last 19 years, I still have to fight with this woman to see my kid, and it's frustrating every time I have to go. I done been in the court more times than I can even fucking imagine or even recall, like real shit. And I have to go down and explain to these people what I do, what I go through. Can I be heard? I gotta fight damn near with the judge because Michigan, I don't care what nobody says. This is a woman-friendly state.
It is.
And unless, like she said earlier, unless that woman is on crack or prostituting or she got the kid living in the house is falling apart and CPS step in, it's hard. It's hard. I had to lawyer up and fight to get mine. So I understand what you're saying, but it strike a nerve for me because I'm like, that ain't always the case. You will have a woman that will have, we split everything down the middle and it's still a fucking problem. So I don't know what more you want from me. We have to keep going back to court to fight and fight and fight and fight.
But what she asking,
so I get the nerve.
Would there ever be a point where you would stop fighting?
He said no.
I'm not gonna ever fight.
But that's for, now let's to be fair, I'm not giving not one fucking excuse, because be clear, I think people that don't take care of their kids are deadbeats. But I think that mama gonna catch her karma at all times.
Facts.
I think the real disconnect that be happening for real, and the thing that we're not considering is men be going through it mentally.
Yeah.
When my husband could not see our kids for 6 months, that nigga lost 30 pounds. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
He was depressed. He was going through it. When we got to that court, he was defeated. I don't mean to tell your business right now, baby. I love you so much. But as his wife, that shit broke me. Yeah. It absolutely broke me. And it was almost to the point where it was like, you know what? We'll holler at y'all when y'all 18. But it was something that was within me, where I had to continue to pour into my husband and let him know, hey, you know what, baby, we gonna be good. We gonna be all right. the kids gonna be good. We started thinking of ideas. My auntie gave me the most beautiful idea. She said, create an email address for each of the kids. You send emails to those kids. You're not dragging their mama. You just send them emails of updates of what's going on. Hey, you know, I love you. Haven't seen you in a while. Here's some pictures. Here's this and that. And you give them access to that when they turn 18. It's gonna be a big pill to swallow for them, but guess what? It's gonna be the truth. It's gonna be a lot of truth because these kids have a lot of trauma to work through already from the shit their mamas is doing to them. Right. So I do think that sucker ass niggas not taking care of their kids is weak as fuck. Absolutely. But I think that mothers that are preventing their fathers from actually being a part of their kids' life and being there and loving on their kids is even fucking weaker.
Yeah.
Can I touch on that?
Because they realize they got that power. It's an uninherent power.
Okay, go ahead.
No, to answer your question as far as where does it stop, right? It's literally when you're fed up or a certain situation. Now on my end, right, my son's mother decided to move out of the state and I wasn't with it. My daughter's mom tried to do that same shit and I was down there at that damn courthouse because I wasn't about to go through the same depression that I went through dealing with my first child. Now, on another note, why do a man gotta fight to even see his fucking child in the first damn place?
Treat it like a babysitter.
That power they try to hold.
Especially black men.
Yeah.
Damn near all of us up here got some type of issue with our parents, whether they was absent or not, whether we had two parents at the household or not. So growing up with that, it's even women out here that grew up without fathers they damn self, and they still sitting up here making men fight to see their children. So that's the real question. Why do men have to fight in the first place? When it be the ones that's bitter,
I'm gonna be honest with you. When you over a situation and you over a man, you're not finna do that. Those be the ones that still want ties and they still want to fuck on you.
They see you moving on.
Let me touch on a different perspective though, because we always talk about how when the father is not there and or the mother ain't shit, whatever the case may be, can we talk about the other family members that's deadbeats as well? Yeah. Because if my son bring a baby home and he don't want nothing to do with that baby, I'm gonna have everything to do with that baby. That baby gonna know who their family is. That baby gonna be around everybody I'm around, even if his deadbeat ass decide that he don't want to be a part of that baby's life. And I think that is jacked up that so many people do not hold their kids accountable. And if you can't hold your kid accountable, hold yourself accountable and you take fucking accountability for that baby. That is your baby. That is your bloodline.
Why my daughter have her daddy in her life now, because he did not. I am one of those people who it didn't come off bail like that. I was dealing with this guy. We were not in a relationship. We were just we were dating. We were dating, getting to know each other. I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. But how it happened was wild because, truthfully, every time that I remember being with him intimately, we wore protection. when I met him was when I first started going outside, drinking and stuff like that. So I would get so blowed to where I'm out of it. We had friends that knew each other. He'd be like, hey, bring her to me. They'll pull up, put me in a car with him. I would wake up the next morning in his bed. Mind you, I ain't got no clothes on. Obviously something had happened. I never looked at it like it was something bad because this was who I was kicking it with. And I normally, when I'm up and alert, gonna say yes to you, right? Boom, couple months go by, I find myself pregnant. But I'm like, how? You know? Well, maybe something popped or something happened. I tell him and he says, whatever you want to do, I'm with it. But he's the type of guy, like I said, we're not together, but he outside. He got other girls he deal with. Well, people started to find out that this girl was pregnant. Now they have something to say. Even his family members, mama, all of that, throwing it in his ear. She already got 2 kids. She just wants your money.
And that's crazy.
He flipped on me. He came to my house and told me, I don't want that baby. I said, wait, what? I went to the doctor, saw my baby, ultrasound, all of that. I want my baby. I love my baby. I thought we was in agreement. We're gonna do this. Yeah. I don't want that baby. You messing up my lifestyle. My mama says you just want my money. Woo. She just wants your money, not
because
me.
you gonna cut into her piece of the pie.
Yes, that was the issue. It was so bad, but he left me alone, y'all.
My mama said follow a fool home and see who opened the door.
And
on that note.
Right there. Thank
y'all for tuning into this episode of Let's Rant About It. And guess what, y'all? We wrapped up season 2.
We did.
Yo.
Crazy.
Did that.
Hey, it's a celebration, bitches.